Okay guys, so if we take a look here, we're going on to just take a look a little bit more into the Metasploit system. Just ignore this line here because this happened afterwards. But originally I just logged on, like my computer was shut off, I logged on, just ran the MSF console, and as you can see here, starting Metasploit, failed to connect to database, could not connect to server, connection refused. Now, what happened here was, just exit this and clear, was that I hadn't started any of these services, so these were all shut down. I'm not too sure if the Postgres SQL was shut down, but some of the stuff wasn't set up. And once I started the Postgres SQL, it allowed us to connect to the database. Now, again, as Metasploit starts, says all these things are running, but I'm still having these issues. Just probably something minor with my configuration or major with my configuration, but it's working on my other computer, so unless I get different results for doing the same scans, I'm not going to worry about it that much. Now, firstly, again, we'll just run the db status. It's a pretty useful command. And you notice Postgres SQL connected to Metasploit Framework 3. Now, in a couple of tutorials ago, I went through huge details and struggled to find a solution to this. I wound up just redoing pretty much my whole system. But what we've got is we've got a file. Change directory to the OPT Metasploit. This is assuming that you're using Kali like I am. Apps, Pro, user interface, and config. Now, don't worry, I'm not just doing this stuff off the top of my head. I have it written down and all. Now we've got database.yml. That's what we're looking for here. So we're going to want to take a look what's in this file. We can do cat, which is concatenate and print display all the content of the files. Now cat database.yml, just in case there's a a database.jpg or something like that. And we see our connection. Now I don't think that any of this is going to matter to you guys. It's my password. You could obviously log into this, but I don't think there's any real harm on letting you guys see, because I won't be using this thing if I'm actually doing anything. So now what we can do here is if we don't have the Postgres is connected to Metasploit Framework 3, now I've run the ifconfig just to make sure I've got the right email address, and then I've just done a db nmap scan. We'll talk a bit more about this later, but for the moment, if you want to run db_connect, if you can't connect to the database automatically, so it tells me that I'm already connected. If you're not connected, it will bring up some details telling you what you need, and they're all in this concat file. The username, the database, and the password. You needed all those three before you could actually connect. Now, since we've already got this up, I'd hope you'd already got this up. We can go back a bit to run this db nmap scan. I ran this before because I didn't know how long it would take. My other computer took about 5 minutes. This took about 30 seconds because one of them is a bit bigger of a network. Now, db nmap is going to store all this stuff in the database, I believe. And now, from here we can take a look at certain things. Now, the command db_hosts shows us what hosts are actually on the system. There's 2, 3, 4. I think we're 15, but I think we pretty much know that anyway. They don't know the OS. Honestly, I don't know what these 3 random addresses are either. It's got the Mac, and it's got a lot of things. It's just, we don't really need to worry about this at the moment. We could probably add in some stuff, but I want to talk to you a bit more about the Mac. So run db-host-c Mac. Now, it stands for Media Access Control, and it's the physical address of your computer. Basically, now, say that this computer wanted to send a file to this one down here. Now, we've got the IP addresses, and now we've got the MAC addresses. So the MAC address at the start, let's just say that it has to go through 3. So at the start, 2 will send out a package with its address and the address of 3, because that's where it has to go first. Once it's received there, 3 will send off the packet along with its IP address and pass it on to 4. And from there, that's how it locates it. It's also how, if you're committing certain illegal actions, such as piracy and all that, but they don't really worry about this that much. There are certain things that they do worry about, and they basically track you down using the media access control thing. So that's the end of this tutorial. I need to figure out how to get out of full screen of my virtual machine at the moment, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe and like if you can, and aside from that, good luck.